He went from leading in a mosque to pastoring a church. Medhi Tabakhi's spiritual journey included Iran, Malaysia, the United Arab Emirates, and Canada. Medhi was a Muslim. He was on a business trip in Malaysia, and he was invited to church. And Medhi, that would begin a very interesting process. Before we get to how you came to Jesus, you grew up in Iran. Tell me about your life there.
Well, I grew up as a normal Muslim man, in a Muslim family, in a Muslim country. But I was born in a city near of where Abraham was born, Ur of Chaldean, just a few hours away, which is in the border of Iraq and Iran. But due to the war of Iran and Iraq, so we have to flee the city and go to the capital of Iran. And then I grew up as a normal Muslim, but I really loved Quran and especially reciting Quran.
Well, that's very big in the many Muslim countries like Iran.
Yeah, that's right. So I began to recite behind a closed door. My mom and dad doesn't know. My family doesn't know.
Why would you do that behind closed doors? I mean, Muslim family, Muslim country?
So not closed door in the house, that I was feeling ashamed that, really? People, my mom and dad said, oh, what are you doing? So, because you have to shout, you have to raise your voice when you recite the Quran.
Oh, okay.
Right? When I recite the Quran, then I began to also memorize the Quran. And then it's interesting when from the early childhood, I was saying something against Christian that I did not know. Beginning of every chapter of Quran, it says, Lam yalad wa lam yulad. It means he doesn't beget and he doesn't have a son. Not knowing that I was against Christian. But anyhow, I just grew up as a normal man and then study and then end up being in United Arab Emirates with a family business.
Did you have any connection with Christians at that time?
No connection at all. I just knew that Jesus is a prophet because they taught us that Jesus is a prophet. But it's interestingly, they also taught us that Jesus will come back to judge the world, but with someone whose name is my name, Medhi, judge the world, according to the Shia Muslim. But Sunni doesn't believe that. But my journey is interesting, but when I was in Dubai, I have to go back to Malaysia for a business trip.
And what kind of business were you in?
It's just a family business. My brother started to import and export some goods, into Dubai and, vice versa. And then I have to stay in Malaysia for 3 months. And then my brother left me with a lady, Malay Indian. I was not married yet. That was in 1998. And I was accidentally went to the church.
Accidentally?
Yeah.
Well, from what I understood, she was kind of saying, hey, you got to come to church. You don't want to offend.
Yeah.
So you end up going to church.
That's right, yeah. So I end up going to the church. And then I did not have any clue that I will live in Canada. No clue at all. But interestingly, the guy that they were there, they were husband and wife, mid-60s, 70s, from Canada. They were a guest pastor in Malaysia.
Right, yeah.
And then at the end of the service, my friend, the lady friend, said, would you like to ask these guys, to pray for you and stuff like that? And then I approached. I was not good in English during that time, so very slow and stuff. But these guys came and they prayed for me. But they prayed, they prophesied in a sense.
Right, and I want to talk about that when we come back. But this is my experience I found with Muslim people here in Canada, and I have many friends from Muslim backgrounds, is that when you ask, can I pray for you, they're very receptive.
That's right, yeah.
And so you were receptive.
Yeah, I think no one rejects prayer. No one rejects prayer. So in that moment, they said, I said, okay, I believe in Jesus Christ as a prophet, because they asked me if you believe in Jesus. I said, I believe him as a prophet. So, okay, can we pray for you? They prayed for me. They said, you will go back to your own country, but you will not stay there. You'll go to an Arab country. We pray that God will meet you there in that Arab country.
Oh, okay, we're going to take a break. What are you thinking at that point in time? We'll get more of Medhi's story when we come back.